What is going on, YouTube land? This is ChrisCataluna. Before we get into this shoe review, go ahead and check out my Instagram profile, ChrisCataluna with the underscore at the end. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video by the end of it, hit me up with a thumbs up. All right, into the shoe review. Yes, I already know both this intro and the previous intro are the same exact video. And again, that's because I copped both of these shoes on the same day. And yeah, that's it. I copped the Travis Scott Jordan 4s and I copped these, the Yeezy 500s. And if you haven't watched that video already about the Jordan 4 Travis Scott Cactus Jack, pretty long name, go ahead and click the card above. All right, so let's start talking about this shoe, the Yeezy 500 Supermoon Yellows. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, or at least for the last 6 months, you know that I've done a review on a Yeezy 500 already, and that was for the Yeezy 500 Desert Rat or the Blush. And if I'm gonna be honest about this shoe in comparison to the Desert Rat, I think these look like shit. I think the Desert Rat looks really cool. You can wear it with a lot of things versus this. It's kind of hard to match with this particular color scheme. This Supermoon Yellow colorway kind of reminds me of like when your dog takes a shit and the dog's not getting enough calcium, so the poo starts to turn colors. It starts to turn into like a chalky white. That's what this reminds me of. It's just not a wearable color. It's very ugly. And I'm really surprised that Adidas was able to color match these textiles. It's because this seems like a really hard color scheme to pull off, especially since it's so monochromatic. Again, it's not the shoe that I'm hating on, it's just the color of the shoe. Honestly, I think this shoe would look good if it was like in a black colorway or a purple colorway, but this is totally trash. So let's start talking about this Supermoon Yellow shoe. This was released on June 9th, 2018, the same day the Travis Scott Jordan 4s released. And this was retailing for about $200 plus tax. It's probably like $210. Now, the shoe was made available in Nice Kicks locations. The shoe was also made available on the Yeezy Supply website. And it was weird because this shoe sat on the website for quite a while. And I don't know if it was because of the colorway or people are just not into the Yeezy 500 or because Kanye West just brings a lot of controversy out into the public sector. It took a long while for these shoes to actually sell out on the website. When they did sell out, I went to the website maybe like an hour or two later and then they restocked them and they still sat for a while. Again, these shoes retailed for $200. If you're looking at applications like StockX, GOAT, or eBay, you can see this running for about $240 to about $260. It's not going for a lot of money. Now, do I see this specific shoe increasing in terms of resale? I really don't. I just don't think anyone's a fan of this Supermoon Yellow. It's just not an attractive color. Getting into the features of the shoe, the upper alone is comprised of a lot of materials. You have the hairy suede that wraps around the toe box, makes up the oval patches or the eyelets of the shoe, and you also have that hairy suede which reaches up to this eyelet and back on the heel counter. We have leather on the shoe, which pretty much forms the cage of the shoe, and it runs from the toe box all the way back. It runs through the lateral and the medial portions of the shoe, and you actually have a strip of leather that runs from the toe box to the back of the heel. Leather is also prominent in the area of the tongue. It forms like a crazy 8 shape. Now, some of the panels here are done up in mesh material, and you can see like the mesh right here near the toe. You can see it on the lateral side of the shoe and inside the medial portion of the shoe, as well as the heel of the shoe. And two, meshing can be found on the tongue. Now, the reason why they use a meshing is for breathability for your foot, because you don't want your foot to sweat up. Staying with the upper, we're talking about the shoelaces. The shoelaces are done up in like a tan colorway and they are oval shaped. Looking at the oglets, there's nothing special about them. They're just covered with like clear plastic. Getting down into the midsole portion, you'll see this little panel right here. It's done up in that tan or yellow colorway. It is made out of rubber. I want to say it is a mud guard for the shoe. Now, the midsole of the Yeezy 500, unlike the V1s or the V2s, which were comprised of boost material, this one is comprised of adiprene material. Now, Adidas provides way less cushioning than Boost, but where Adidas makes up is in support. There's definitely a lot more support in this shoe than the V2s or the V1s. Now, while most of this midsole is comprised of Adidas, there is a specific section of the shoe where it is comprised of Adidas Plus material, and that's near the toe box of the shoe. Now, the reason why this area employs Adidas Plus is because when you're hitting the ground, you want it to be responsive. So when you're running or when you're taking it off, it enables you or enables your foot to get off the ground faster. The midsole's design is pretty crazy. You have the squares that are going along these ridges right here, and these are pretty crazy ridges. It says Adidas right here, Adidas Plus, and I'll be honest, I really wasn't a fan of this look when I first saw the Desert Rat. It was just really, really ugly to me, and then when I bought it, I kind of got used to it. It started to look good to me. And if we go to the medial side of the midsole, you'll see the Adidas logo right here. And at the top or at the toe, you'll see the Adidas logo right there. Now let's talk about the sole of the shoe. I know we talked about Adidas Plus because that kind of correlates to the Adidas that is throughout the midsole of the shoe. The Adidas Plus is typically found right here in the toe area. But this is a pretty crazy design. It kind of reminds me of like fingerprints almost. Looking at the insole of the shoe, you can pull it out. It says Adidas Yeezy logo right here, and then it has the Ortholite logo. And I'm not too sure, again, if this is actually functional. I know it has these blocks right here. I don't know if they're like pronation blocks. They seem too thin to be pronation blocks or comfort blocks. Not sure if it's a gimmick, but they're inside the shoe. So you have these two yellow panels and then the red panel right here. In terms of fitment, I'm usually rocking a size 8.5 or a 9 US, whether it's Adidas, Puma, Nike, it doesn't matter. Now this specific shoe is a size 9, and when I put my foot in with a sock, I still have enough space to move my toes around. It definitely feels like a great fit. Now in terms of comfort, if you've been rocking NMDs or Yeezys or something with Boost material, you probably won't like the shoe, or you'll probably have to get used to this shoe. This is definitely not a more cushiony shoe than the NMDs or anything with Boost material. It is definitely a lot more firmer, but the trade-off is you get a lot more support in this shoe. Alright guys, that pretty much sums up my thoughts concerning the Yeezy 500 Supermoon Yellows. I'm not a big fan of this colorway. I do like the style of the Yeezy 500s, just do it in black or purple or some other color. This is something that I'm definitely going to try to flip either on StockX or GOAT or even at SneakerCon Dallas, which is taking place on June 30th, 2018. So if you see me at SneakerCon, go ahead and say what's up. So what do you think about this specific colorway or the Yeezy 500? Has Kanye kind of tarnished his brand with his outlandish statements? And what do you think about Yeezy resale nowadays? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you truly enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and hit the notification button so you'll know when I upload a new video. Alright guys, that's about it. We'll check you later. Cheers.